Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed, and in this particular video tutorial I will show you how to handle deleted records in incremental load in SSIS. So this is my profile. I have 13 plus years of experience on Microsoft technologies. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to handle deleted records in incremental load in SSIS. So recently I got a question from one of my subscriber, Abhilash Reddy, and he commented on one of the popular video on my channel, incremental load using lookup transformation in SSIS. So he said that, can you please extend below 2 tasks to this incremental load video, delete task for the deleted records on the flat file. So currently if you have seen the video, we have implemented only the insert and update on the incremental load side. So suppose there is a new record that will be added to the flat file in the incremental load, then the new record should be loaded into the SQL server, and if there is some change to the flat file, then that particular record should be updated to the SQL server table. But I have not implemented this functionality that if suppose someone delete any records from the flat file, then that record should be deleted from the SQL server table as well. So today I will start from the point where I left in my first video, incremental load in SSIS, and I will add the functionality to delete the data if someone delete the records from the CSV as well. So let's jump to the demo. So this is my video, incremental load in SSIS. This is one of the popular video, and if you have not seen this video, then I will recommend you to watch this video before watching this deleted records video, because in this particular video I have shown you how we can handle the insert or updated records from a CSV file to the SQL server table. So in real life scenario, if you have a SQL table instead of a CSV file, then same logic will be implemented to the SQL table as well. If your source is SQL and destination is SQL, then same logic will be implemented there as well. If you want to download the create table statement and the CSV file that I have used in the video, then you can go to the description of this particular video and then download the file script used in the video using the below link. So if you click on this particular link, the first video is the 01 incremental load. So from here you can just double click on this particular folder, and then you can just download the email.csv file, and you can also download the create table statement that I have used in this particular video. Now let me just open that SSIS package. So this was the SSIS package that I created earlier, and what exactly we are doing here, we are creating an audit log table. So whatever number of records will be inserted to the SQL server table, and whatever number of records will be updated to the SQL server table, that counts will be inserted to this audit log table. And this is our main table, emails table, which will be the destination table, and this table will hold the overall number of records from the CSV file. And this table ZZ email updated, this table will hold the number of records, those will be updated from the CSV file to SQL server table. And then in this particular data flow task, we are just simply reading the data from a CSV file. So we are doing a lookup on the ID column. So we are checking that if an ID already exists in the SQL server table or not from a CSV file, and we are also pulling the email and last name from the SQL server table just to check in the conditional split if the value of the last name from CSV file and the last name from SQL server table is changed or not changed. And similarly we are checking if email value from the CSV file and the email value from the SQL server table is changed or not, and then we are only updating the changed records here. We are not updating all records, okay? And after this particular data flow task is done, in the update execute SQL task, we are updating our emails table from the ZZ emails table based on a join on the ID. So these are the updated records, and after that we are inserting the data into the audit log table, that how many records got inserted or how many records got updated. And now let me show you the CSV file that is being loaded. So this is my CSV file, emails.csv. So this particular file contains some data like ID, first name, last name, email and gender. So now what we want is that if someone delete any records from that table, so that record should be deleted from the emails table as well. And let me show you the emails table. So this is our emails table which is currently empty, and this is our audit log table which is also empty. So let me just try to execute the SSIS package, and it should insert 1000 records from the CSV file into the SQL server table, because there are 1000 records in the CSV file. So if I show you the data in the audit log table, so you can see that 1000 records got inserted to the emails table, and the package name is the package.dtsx. And if you check the data now, so there should be 1000 records. And now suppose if I modify any record here, suppose I change the email to akil@gmail.com. okay, so this particular record should be updated to our SQL Server table if I rerun the package. So let me just rerun the SSIS package, and one record should be updated. So you can see that one record went to the update table, and if you check the data now, for first record the email ID got changed to akil@gmail.com, and in my audit log table you can see that one record got updated. So this particular package is working fine as we expected. Now we want to add the delete functionality. Okay, so to do that, what we want to do, first thing is that I want to include an records updated column as well to this particular table, so that I know like how many records got deleted when a SSIS package got ran. So what I can do, maybe I can just recreate this table. So let me just recreate it, and after records updated, I want to add a records deleted column, deleted, and I can just rerun it. Now this particular table have the records deleted as well. Now let me go back to the SSIS package. We will be deleting the data based on the ID column, because ID is a unique primary key which we are currently using to identify the updated records. So we will also use the ID column to find the deleted records. So what exactly we will do, we will insert all ID from the CSV file into a staging SQL Server table, and then we will check that delete all the records from the email table where ID does not exist in the staging table. Okay, so this is how we are going to delete the data. So I can just create a table on the SQL Server side, and I can call it like ZZ emails. I can call it deleted, and I can copy this one, and that's it. So let me just run this particular code. So ZZ emails updated table should be created here. So yeah, this is the table, and I can copy and paste this code into this execute SQL task. I can click OK. And there is one more thing, because I recreated this audit log table, so I should also put the latest create table statement here, records updated comma records deleted. So this is fine. Now I can click OK. Okay. Now in the data flow task, now what I want to do, I want to insert all the IDs from the flat file into an staging table, ZZ deleted record. So I will write OLEDB destination. So I can just drag and drop the OLEDB destination into the data flow task. And then what exactly now we want to do, because there is only one input which is already connected to the lookup, so we will need to use the multicast transformation here, so that it can give us multiple outputs. One output is already connected to the lookup, so we can't use the another one. So now before the lookup we will use the multicast transformation. So one output from the flat file will go to the multicast, and now from multicast one output will go to the lookup transformation, and another output will go to the ZZ email deleted, this table. And now we can just configure this particular table, and there should be a table, and now there is a table ZZ emails deleted mappings. This seems good. Click OK. Now in the execute SQL task, if I open this particular query, now after the update statement we will write the delete statement. And how we will write it? Delete A from emails A where a.id not in, select ID from ZZ emails deleted. So it will delete all the records from the emails table where ID does not exist in the CSV file. Okay, because this is the data, all data from the CSV file. So if you will delete any data from CSV file, that record will be deleted from the emails table as well. So I can just copy this one and I can put it here, and I can declare another variable, and I will call that as deleted of integer type, and I can set @deleted equal to @row count, and then we will insert a record into the audit log, that records updated and then records deleted. So I will put it here, comma. So this is our final update statement. Maybe I will share this update query as well with you, so you can download it if you want. I can click OK, and I will share this particular SQL code again. I can click OK. Now let me just rerun the SSIS package. So by default this should not do anything, right? So nothing happened. 1000 records got inserted to the ZZ email, but there should be 1000 records in this particular table. Okay, and if you check the data in the audit log, so no record inserted, no record updated, and no record deleted. Okay, now let me delete some records from this table. So let me just delete top 10 records from, or maybe 20 records from this table. So I deleted 20 records from the CSV file, and now when I will rerun the SSIS package, then those 20 records should be deleted from the SQL Server table as well, from the destination table. You can see that now from the CSV file only 980 records came, and those 980 records got inserted to the ZZ email deleted table. And now if you check the audit log, so you should see that 20 records should be deleted. So you can see that 20 records got deleted here, and if you see the data now, so you can see that there are just 980 records. So now if I delete any record from the CSV file, then those records will be deleted from this particular table as well. So I think that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button, do subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and click on all so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much.